Welcome everyone to Running the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Russ T. Cables. Tonight we'll be doing a dual review, AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage. Both shows originated from the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City with a sold-out crowd, 20,177 live, very active fans in attendance. We start out the show with Justin Roberts in the ring, and he's ring announcing, I can speak, announcing Bryan Danielson as the first opponent, and, the first contestant, first competitor. I really can't speak, trust me on this. And he will be facing Kenny Omega. He does his usual exuberant entrance. And Danielson looks fantastic. Looks like he's really in shape. Looking better than I've seen him look in years. And as normal, Omega comes down to the ring and he's followed by Mr. Pink Suit, Don Callis. And that guy, great heel. But I'll tell you what, the Pink Suit, I think that's got to go. I'm not a huge fan of it. Fans love Kenny. Well, they love to boo him. Of course, he has his fan base, just as Mr. Callis does. But Bryan Danielson is seriously over with the crowd. Absolutely over. Omega has tons of pyro at his entrance, like normal. And I'm expecting that to have been a really good match. Really good. Thing is set for a 30-minute time limit. Before the bell rings, Omega does have a few words with Danielson, shows him the belt. This is something you'll never get. This is not for the title. This is an exhibition match. And what a hell of a match it is. Right at the opener, they have a little pop from the crowd for the match. Danielson has a big smile on his face. Omega's, looking like Kenny Omega, almost like the cleaner. Yes, I did see his matches back in New Japan. I hope some of you did too. It was very, very good match. It's probably the best of his career. Hopefully he'll get that soon in AEW. They take the first minute or two of the match and just kind of slowly feel each other out. See how they're going to enter into a good fight. And I really got to tell you, these people are really, really for Danielson. 100% for Danielson. It's not a real split crowd, that's for sure. But they're behind him. They really are supporting the new guy, or at least the new guy to AEW. I mean, we all know Danielson's got years of experience in multiple different promotions. Just as an FYI, I do re-watch the show while I'm doing the reviews, so you'll see cutouts and clips out of here. I'm taking breaks just so I can kind of catch up on the show a little bit. I want to give you the most accurate review possible. A lot of action starting up. About 3 minutes into the match, Danielson has Omega in an arm bar. It looks like it hurts, but not incredible. Still a good move. A lot of fast turns, switches, headlock for Omega. And Danielson slips out of the headlock, goes into a reverse arm. Omega hits the ropes. And then Danielson does a quick kick to Omega's chest. Omega rolls out of the ring. A lot of action already. Only 3 minutes in, a lot of action. And of course, Callis, boosting up his big boy Omega. That's his cash cow, 5 minutes into the match, Danielson's chest's already starting to turn beet red. There have been several good knife edge chops from Omega, but I'm telling you what, this is actually turning out to be a beautiful match. It's a real beautiful thing to see. These two guys are putting on a clinic. Test of strength, chops, just all out good pro wrestling. Danielson pins Omega's arm down to the mat, or kind of his hand down to the mat, stomps on his back of his bicep, trying to injure his arm, Omega's arm just a bit, soften him up, make him so he can't, really lock in the one-winged angel. Ain't gonna do anything about V-triggers, so that's obviously his feet, but soften him up a little bit, kicks to the chest, repeated kicks to the chest in the corner. He gets admonished by the referee. Omega gets tossed across the ring. There you got Danielson doing kicks. Omega flips him around, puts him into the corner, starts doing knife edge chops repeatedly in the corner. 4 or 5 of them. Omega gets switched back into the corner. Danielson gets on the outside, starts doing the kicks, formerly known as the S kicks. Beautiful transition back and forth between the two. Like, I did not expect anything different. This is what I wanted from this match. I think that's what all of us wanted from this match. Really, a lot of fast-paced, crazy dive from Brian Danielson. Oh, I can speak. Dives through the ropes, suicide dive, taking out Omega, knocking him up against the guardrails. And as we all know, AEW's guardrails are just glorified bicycle racks with a cover on them. You know that's gotta suck. They had some really great transitions. They're walking around outside the ring doing their little thing. Danielson throws Omega into the ring post shoulder first. I think he may even have bounced his head off the ring post a little bit. Danielson throws Omega back into the ring. And I am not going to do this play-by-play through the entire match. There's no way. That's just way too much. But just a couple more steps, and I'll be right back. As this match continues on, you can see D-Bry's chest has just been lit up. There's busted blood vessels in there. And, I mean, numerous chops. Just ungodly amount of chops. And it starts to look weathered here about 12, 15 minutes into this match. Definitely taking a beating. Both guys are just killing it in the ring. I mean, Brian's just shaking it off. He is literally just shaking off the chops like there's nothing to him. And now he's giving them back. Like I said, I'm not going to make a play-by-play through every step of this match. That just would be not, in no physical way. I can't do that. But Omega gives Brian Danielson a kick to the back. And a lot of close contact. Absolutely great pro wrestling. Superly entertaining. I mean, repeated kicks to the shoulders. A lot of them. 5, 6, 7 of them. Looked like they sucked. Ref checks with Brian says he's ready to keep going. He's not ready to quit. I really don't think the man has any quit in his system. And Omega doing elbow smashes on the back of Brian's skull. And a double axe handle to his neck. Everybody knows about Brian Danielson's neck issues over the past years. He just came back from a career-ending injury. Obviously, he's in tip-top shape. Absolutely phenomenal. Guy looks great. And absolutely has no quit in him. Now I'm going to cut into the end of the match. Like I said, lots of near falls. The crowd doing yes chants. Obviously, that's, slightly protected. It can't be done. Brian already said he wasn't going to do the yes chant. Can't stop the fans from doing it. And the fans have gone nuts. End of the match. This ends up in a 30-minute draw. But I'll tell you what, that was 30 minutes that blew by. My first time watching it through, I looked at the clock when I heard him say 1 minute warning. And I'm thinking to myself, 1 minute, oh my God. I look at the time, 29 minutes in the match already, and felt like 10 minutes. It really didn't feel like long at all. I guess that's what happens when you have good pro wrestling and you start getting pulled into the show. Fantastic match. Potentially match of the year. Maybe the best match I've ever seen in pro wrestling. At least, if not the best one, it's in the top 3. I've been watching wrestling for a long time. To see this was a clinic. They did great. After the Omega Danielson match, next thing on the show was CM Punk coming out to do a promo for his match coming up on Friday night against Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Punk gets a absolutely deafening ovation. Loud, very emotional on the ramp again. Like a normal Punk. I'm starting to love to see this guy. Looking good. I mean, making friends with the fans, having a good time. He did not stage dive this week, but that's not every week, that's just on occasion. He does do the walk around and pretty much acknowledging everybody, acknowledging his fan base. Beautiful to see. Love it. That man, the other company in Stamper said he's not a draw. I disagree. I think he's a fantastic draw. He's done some pretty amazing things for AEW, and legit, this is only his second match, and it's his first televised match on TNT. Coming up for the review part will be in about an hour, about a half hour, an hour, however long it takes to get to there. I'm looking forward to doing this. But yeah, Punk cuts an amazing promo, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about that for tonight. One quick little snippet I forgot to talk about is when Punk comes out, he does say, he goes, after that amazing match you just seen, how do you follow that? Kind of have to agree with him. After Omega and Danielson, how do you follow a match like that? That was awesome. After the CM Punk promo, and Justin Roberts in the ring and announces MJF. And it's MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. up next. MJF healing it up to the crowd. And then you got Pillman comes out. He has Julia Hart with him. Little inspiration, almost managerial. Kind of like to see her in that role. She fits it beautifully. And it's always nice to have a little eye candy along with you on the way out to the ring. Pillman needs some improvement, but he's getting better week by week. He's had lots of improvement over the last year. MJF, you already know he's one of the greatest heels that exists. And again, they put on a good match tonight. Little slow to start, but MJF offering a handshake to Pillman. Hey, is he stupid enough? You really think he is? No, he does not. He goes right for a double leg pickup, and before you know it, it's boom, boom. They are in fighting mode, and Pillman's throwing punches in the corner. The ref, Knox, breaks him up. You know, Knox, one looks like a damn zombie. Well, look at him. He does. Looks like he's half dead. But Pillman really shows that he's gotten better. I mean, arm drags, 1, 2, 3, and a nice slam. MJF is really selling good for him. A lot of good selling going on. He's good match, yeah, so far. 3 minutes into the match. I mean, this is only a 10-minute match, give or take a minute or two. But quick chop to the throat, chops to Pillman's chest. MJF backs, and Pillman stands up right off the slap. Goes right again after MJF. MJF backs off in the heel coward fashion. And you got Pillman puts him up against the ropes. Knife edge chops, the slaps to the chest. He ducks MJF, then stops the rope so he doesn't. MJF just forecasted what he was going to do. Way too quick. Again, Pillman faked out MJF. And MJF went for a kick to the chest or the gut, and Pillman moved out of the way, and MJF clocked his head on the frickin' mat. And I've seen worse, but it didn't look very friendly. And you got MJF stands up, slaps Pillman. They get into a slap fest, or at least one slap apiece. Pillman knocking MJF to the ring. Again, MJF cowardly heel thing back into the corner. Drops Pillman into the middle turnbuckle. face first, planting him, slowing him down. The whole story of the match was that MJF working on Pillman's left arm. Working on that left arm, trying to tear it out of socket, injure him, um, making him much less effective. I really have to say, Pillman's showing a lot of progress in this. He's evading a lot of MJF's moves, making MJF look kind of stupid, in fact. Backslide, almost a pin, 2 count. Right again. Pop to the side of the head, almost in the ear, then one to the neck. And MJF swings around, reverses on him, drives him down to the shoulder of the mat, causing more damage to get to that left shoulder. Knowing that's gotta hurt like all hell. They go to picture-in-picture. I will not review during picture-in-picture. We come back after commercial, and they have MJF back in control again. Pillman's arm looked like it's taken quite a bit of a beating, pretty damaged. He's showing pain, showing reaction. I mean, good selling, he's showing that it hurts. He's still getting a lot of offense against MJF. Can't pull him out of the corner because the left shoulder's too damaged. MJF evades Pillman. Pillman does a flying body drop off the top rope, putting MJF to the ground. MJF looks like he's trying to see if he's got his nose bleeding or he's bleeding something. He's not bleeding. Pillman's selling the arm injury. Yeah, he's doing an awesome job of selling that arm injury. In fact, that looks pretty red, pretty sore itself, so he probably maybe has a little bit of pain in there. Julia Hart on the outside of the ring doing her cheerleader shtick. Like I said, that's a perfect job for her. Pillman gets MJF to the corner, does the 10 head slams into the top turnbuckle. It's kind of an old school thing. Works every time. And he does a power slam. Beautiful power slam. Again, a near fall. 2.5. Wardlow outside the ring looking absolutely nervous. And you got MJF standing by Julia Hart to avoid a face kick from through the ropes. Pulls Julia Hart in front of him. Complete heel move. Pissing off Pillman that he can't get to him. MJF pushes Julia into Pillman. And then clocks him, knocking him down. Picks him up. And lo and behold, what do you think he's going to do? Throw him back into the ring. Julia Hart walking up to MJF. Admonishing him for his grabbing her. She slaps him in the face. Luckily that wasn't a disqualification. It is a distraction. And then you got Pillman jumping through the ropes. 2 feet to the face of MJF. Pillman looks good. MJF's on the floor. Gets thrown back into the ring. Yep, You'll enjoy it if you go back and watch this. I think I just did this whole thing without taking a break. But like I said, it's Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. And yeah, so Cody comes out to a resounding boos. Lots of boos. I didn't hear any real cheers for Cody. He hasn't got go away heat, but he sure has heat. Um, I think people are tired of him appearing, doing a couple things, going, disappearing. That's just my opinion. You know, and they say opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Well, that's how I feel. I have never seen Cody Rhodes get booed like he was on Wednesday night. And to have him come out with Brandy and to be booed like that, that was a sight to behold. I will say, Brandy's looking good. Yes, she is. She's looking good after her giving birth. She looked fantastic. This match, a lot of action in it, a lot of fast pace. Cody does get a lot of offense in, so does Malachi. Chops, they're doing the drops, fast turnovers, transitions, roll up, not a roll up like a, not something like a roll up pin, just, and then Cody getting, worked over pretty good. He rolls out of the ring. Malachi does his jump back and then sits down cross-legged in the ring. Momentarily, Brandy will jump into the ring and sit cross-legged right in front of Malachi, flip him off and tell him, fuck you. Malachi laughs it off. Cody jumps in, attacks him from behind, like only Cody does, right? And you get something almost, I don't remember what this is called, it's almost like an octopus hold. Malachi's got that locked on Cody, and looks like he's getting a little bit weaker. But, of course, he gets to the ropes, he makes a break, and then Malachi rolls him up, almost had him pinned. I mean, I would have taken a roll-up victory any way it works, but, yeah, nope. Then Malachi charges at Cody. Cody throws him between the top and middle rope, kicks him as he jumps off the top rope, landing him on the stage, or the ramp down to the ring. Yeah, the stage. All time through a resounding bunch of boos every time Cody gets a move. Malachi hits a knee to the face. And to a loud cheer from the audience. They're all behind Black, 100%. Cody selling an arm injury again, and another person to the left arm. But they go to commercial break. I will talk through this commercial break a little bit, at least part of it. Black walking around on the ramp, kind of soaking in the victory like he ain't won yet. But back gets Cody into the corner, starts punching and punching and punching and kicks. And Cody, weakening Cody, softening up his midsection. Through the whole time, I'm waiting for a black mass. Haven't seen one yet. Does a beautiful leg bar. Wow, that was cool. I forgot about that. This is the advantage to watching back. Again, Cody gets the ropes. They break. Arn Anderson's out with Cody like always. And, well, Malachi goes back on Cody. Gives him an uppercut. Keeps right on him. Doesn't let him get a lot of breathing space. Cody turns around, lays a good forearm into Malachi. Malachi turns another forearm into Cody. Kick to Cody's face. Cody's in the corner, slouched down, and damn near falls out of the ring. Brandy goes over and checks on him. He's okay enough. He gets back in the ring. Malachi backs off and motions him to come in. At that point, now I have to wait. After a commercial, Malachi does get to connect the black mass, knocking Cody out of the ring, gets in just before the 10 count, and goes for the cover, gets a 3 count, too close to the ropes. Cody gets his leg on the bottom rope, breaking the count. So, 2 count for Malachi Black. Near fall, but yet not a victory. Cody gets a chop block on the Malachi, slowing his pace down for a moment. But yet Black, and then he knees the top turnbuckle. Cody was going for a dragon screw, did not connect, got kicked out through the top middle rope, out to the ramp area. Cody's going to get a dragon screw on Malachi, weakening his left leg. A little hard to do a black mass or a spinning heel kick, whatever you want to call it, when you can't hardly stand on your opposing leg. Right move for Cody. Gets Malachi Black into the corner, drops down into a knee breaker. Cody's looking more heel, more and more every week. Says he's never going to turn heel, but it almost has to happen. He's acting like it, that's for sure. Malachi spinning elbow to Cody. This match is just about in its final stages. Cody's dazed. Spinning kick to the chest. Cody gets a hold of Black. Gets ready to try and plant Black with the crossroads. Kick to the back of Black's knee. Cody's in the corner. Running. Black catches him, tosses him, landing him flat on his back. Yeah, Cody looks like he's in a great deal of pain. I'm sure he is. He's been through a hell of a fight already in this time. Got a big bruise on his ribs, too. I don't know where that came from, but I never noticed that on the first play. Black trying to lift Cody up like he's going to prep for the Black Mass. As Cody grabs his leg, throws it down to the match. Black comes up with a knee. He knees Cody to the face. Cody grabs a hold of Black. Black gets a cutter on Black. Rhodes connects with the crossroads. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and kicks out. Now, 2 count only. Great way to transition out of that. You got Arn Anderson standing on the edge of the ring. I don't know what he's doing up there, but he has no business at all being up there. He goes walking around the ring post. I don't know what the hell he happens, but he missteps, slips, falls, whatever. But next thing you see is Arn laying on his ass on the floor. Everybody's concerned about him, but in a minute he's going to get up, get back on the ring again, ring apron, stand up there. Black throws Cody into Arn, knocking Arn off. Cody, concerned about Arn, crawls out of the ring. Distraction City here. Crawls out of the ring and goes to attend to Arn Anderson. Arn looks at him and tells him to get back in the ring. You're in a fight. Get in there. Pushes Cody away and tells him to get back in the ring. Right thing to tell him. He shouldn't be out there worried about Arn. He should be in the ring, worried about the fight. Walks around the ring, comes over to Black. Black is laying on the mat, on the ground, right next to the ring steps, half head underneath the mat. And I always wondered what the hell he was doing laying like that. I didn't think he got hurt that bad. And then Rhodes gets into the ring, stomps him in the corner, gets him stood up, a chop, another punch to the solar plexus, into the ribs. Runs back, and Cody's getting pissed at the ref. He backhands the ref. Should have been a disqualification. Black blows, Black missed in Cody's eyes. 1, 2, and 3. Cody loses. Malachi Black wins. Clean pinfall victory, and end of the match. Right person won again. Action-packed? Yes. Good match? Yes. Not as good as the first match, but then again, how do you follow Omega? Omega and Danielson had absolutely, in my opinion, match of the night, and I said that right after their match, immediately following, who's going to beat this? Miro gets a quick recap video on a promo, and damn good promo. And it's pushing about their match next Wednesday on Dynamite. Miro versus Sammy Guevara. What a wonderful thing. That's going to be a beautiful thing to see on Wednesday. I can't wait to watch it. Next match on the card is FTR with Tully Blanchard versus, oh, I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me a second. FTR with Tully Blanchard versus Sting and Darby Allin. Can't say I don't love this. Seeing Sting back in the ring, that's a gift. That's a gift, man. 62 years old. The man looks like he's in his early 40s yet. Like he can still go in the ring. I've been impressed with him. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. Again, he has a good showing in this match. I'm not going to do a review on this play-by-play. Sting and Darby win. It's a good match. I think FTR sold the shit out of the stuff that Sting did. Sting pulled over 3/4 of the match, really without it much help. I mean, he did 3/4 of the match. Darby is exceptionally over. You got Darby and Jungle Boy, and they're all really, really over with the fan base. So Sting, he's right up there, man. The people love him. I'm one of them people. I've been a fan of the Stinger for 35 years. Love it. I do have to say, I like how they came out with their face paint. Not like normal. Kind of like it just smeared on tonight instead of taking time and really nice and crisp. No, it looks like they're actually ready for a war. I gotta say, I love this version of them. This is the version of Sting I like. And I will say the referee for this match couldn't have been called better. Bryce Remsburg. Love seeing him do this one. He is the right person to be officiating a Sting Darby match. They do start off the match, Darby and Dax. They only go for a couple of minutes, and all of a sudden it's time for Sting to get in the ring. Yep, it's time for Stinger. Like I said, I'm not going to do play-by-play on this. I'm just going to give it a minute, and I will resume recording. I will say there was a point in time in this match where Sting got kind of distracted. Darby gets beat up pretty good for a little while. Dax and Cash taking him out. Darby gets a couple of good moves in. Like he always, he looks great. Darby is absolutely going to be a champion in this company probably sooner rather than later. Sting, he is amazing. Comes in, he controls both Harwood and Wheeler, and looks phenomenal in the doing. Them two men know how to sell for Sting and not make him show his age. Does a beautiful slam. 1, 2, and not quite 3. But yeah, talk about an amazing thing to see. Sting coming off the top rope to do a splash on Dax. He gets a 2 count out of it. Beautiful thing to see. 62 years old. He does better than most 40-year-olds. Hell, more than most 30-year-olds do in the ring. And at 62, it's a beautiful thing to see. This is the love of pro wrestling, folks. This is what we should be seeing. This kind of stuff. Dax in the ring gets Sting up, gets ready to do that, almost like a Undertaker-esque bomb, and it doesn't work. Sting tells Darby to get up on the rope. Cash knocks his legs out. Sting takes control, pulls Cash into the ring, and Darby kind of gets hung up with the tree of woe where he stays at for a little bit, like a minute or so. Might even been a couple of minutes. Sting runs the ropes, the corner to corner, takes care of Harwood, takes care of Wheeler. Stinger splash. Harwood, with the assistance of Tully, getting handed a chair, and it's behind him. Sting can't see it. As Sting is getting ready to do a Stinger splash on Dax, pounds his chest, comes running. Dax jumps out of the way. Sting sees the chair, stops, puts Dax's head into the chair, busts him open. He gets injured. He gets one good punch on Tully, That was needed to see. Sting rolls up Harwood. 1, 2, not quite 3. Almost there. Stinger goes in for the Scorpion Deathlock on Harwood. Wheeler's trying to climb into the ring, and Darby is still hung in the trio. Whoa, he gets a hold of Wheeler's hands, or Harwood's hands, helping him not get the tap out. Darby climbs up the top rope, does a coffin drop on Cash Wheeler, knocking him out and getting him out of the ring. Stinger pins Dax. 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. Sting and Darby Allin win the match. That was a match that was very predictable. It needed to happen this way. Dax and Cash, I don't think they got enough offense in for what they should have had, but they did an awesome selling job. I have no regrets on this match. I think it was well done. Sting looked great. Darby looks fantastic. Cash and Dax don't lose anything in the loss. They look fantastic. All in all, good match. And that crazy back coffin drop on the Dax, that just looked absolutely, that looked, wow. Through this point, the crowd has been hot all night long. They've been really, really supportive of the wrestlers. I gotta say, I love to see that. Fan interaction. Loud. Almost deafening at times. It is absolutely good to see that back in pro wrestling again. And now it's time for the main event. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Ruby Soho. Ruby comes out first to an amazing pop from the crowd. They are so behind her. They love this woman, as do I. Someone that's been underutilized for too many years of her career. I love this match. This deserved the main event spot. And it's for the title. I mean, Ruby won the Battle Royal, earned her shot at Britt Baker. Now it's time. Yes, it is. It's time for Britt Baker, DMD, versus Ruby Soho. Of course, Baker comes out, has a beautiful entrance, looking fantastic, hot as always. Yeah, she looks good. I do have to say, Baker comes down to the ring and has her two accomplices with her, Janie Hayter and Rebel, not Reba. Later into this match, they both play a small factor into the match. But needless to say, that is their main event. I will be to review this in just a minute. I do have to say, this match started out hot right from the beginning. They get right into collar and elbow tie-up. Ruby Soho trips Baker, gets her down on the mat, starts banging her shoulders and head to the mat repeatedly. And they keep their tie-up together the whole time. And these two started off hot and heavy. Soho goes into a headlock on Baker. Looking good, looking good. Baker gets a hold of her cheek, kind of lifts her back, uses her, drives her down to the ring. Down to the mat, excuse me. Dragging her backwards, tries for a pinfall 1 count, not even a full 1 count. Baker did not get much of a chance to do anything there. Soho stomps on Baker's foot, tries to do basically a suplex. Did not get it to work. Baker anchored herself, put her so she couldn't get the suplex on. Throws Soho into the ropes. Soho gives Baker a shoulder block, knocks her down. They get some nice counter moves. Another do-si-do. They get to go. And here comes the attempted kick to Soho. Knee to Baker's chin. Baker's rocked. Again, like most of the other matches, I'm not calling play-by-play through the entire match. But I'll tell you, they have a lot of interactions. Soho climbs to the top rope. And Baker and her two cronies are all out there. Baker gets out of the way, making Rebel and Hater take a splash from Soho. Soho goes walking towards the corner of the ring. Baker gives her a big boot to the face, puts her up on the edge of the ring, and drops her to the floor, on the hard floor, onto the mat outside. Baker has a big smile on her face, thinking she's got this shit in the bag. Back to the in-ring action. Baker gives Soho a nice, stiff right punch, and Soho turns around what looked like it was going to be some kind of a, I don't know what kind of maneuver. Plants Baker with a nice side kick right to the jaw. Baker turns around with a damn nice super kick right to Soho's chin. Soho's down, Baker's down. Rebel's outside the ring, hammering on the ring rope, trying to encourage Baker to get up. Neither one of the women are more than just stirring a little bit. Hater's outside the ring, offering some words of encouragement to Baker. Rebel's out there trying to get Baker up. Soho and Baker standing up in unison, punching. Soho punches Baker 2 times. Baker gets a nice forearm back and goes for a second. It gets not done. Soho comes off with a stiff punch, and Baker comes back with another stiff punch. Punches. It's a punch fest. Headbutt, uppercut, elbow smash, headbutt. All of these moves against Baker. Hater's outside the ring, going absolutely ballistic. Baker gets a reversal on Soho, goes for the lockjaw. It does not connect. Soho escapes. Gets behind Baker for attempting another suplex. Baker's got Soho in a headlock. By the way, referee is Aubrey Edwards. That's my favorite ref in the entire industry. Soho gets laid out by Baker doing a sling blade. Beautiful sling blade on top of it. And then she puts her hand out. Rebel puts the glove on her hand as she's getting ready to attempt to get a lockjaw. Baker goes for the curb stomp. Doesn't get it. Soho gets a leg lock on. A double arm leg lock. Looks like Baker is in pain. She's gonna get kicked in. Soho gets kicked in the face 2 times. Goes for the third. You get double leg connected, double leg hook. On Baker by Soho as she goes to try and go for a. Looks like she's gonna go for a face plant into the ropes. It works. Connects to the corner. Nice shot to the turnbuckle. Soho gets a high kick to the head, dropping Baker to the mat. Soho climbing outside the ropes, climbing up towards the top, taking a little too long to do it. She should not have taken that much time. As she gets up on the top rope, setting up for her big maneuver, jumps and lands a flying senton onto Britt Baker for a 2 count. Near fall. The crowd goes nuts. They're really behind Soho, 100%. Oh, at least 80%. A lot of fans. It's a split crowd. They really love both of these contenders. The competitors really had support on both sides. Soho, I would say a little more over than Baker, but she's new and the fans love her. Baker gets a quick spinning neck breaker on Soho and does I believe it was a super kick for an attempted cover for a quick 2 count. Soho's standing up, or at least rolling, and getting up. Baker's getting ready to go up to the top rope or the second rope. I believe it's the second rope. Soho and Baker both on the bottom rope, one on the inside, Baker on the inside, Soho on the outside. Soho tries to get Baker into a suplex over the top rope. Does not work. Baker fights her way out of it. Soho climbs up towards the top on the second rope, or on the outside of the second rope on the turnbuckle connectors. Baker climbs up to the second rope. Soho goes up the top trying to get ready for a big move. Slips. Gets put on Baker's back. Baker's going to go for this absolutely beautiful Panama Sunrise. Goes for the cover. It's a 1, 2, and not 3. 2 count only. Very close near fall. Baker nearly had Soho there. Baker rolls Soho out of the ring. Rebel's kind of inching forward. So is Jamie Hayter. Trying to get near. Aubrey Edwards doing a great reffing job, staying on there so that they cannot interfere into the match. Baker tries to give Soho a kick, grabs her between her legs, and Soho gets face planted by between Baker's feet to the ring steps. Soho is very beaten down right now, looking absolutely just gassed. Man, that looked like that sucked. Baker connects with a curb stomp, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Soho kicks out. Last second. Just the last microsecond. 2.9. That was close. Crowd goes nuts. Hayter's out there looking absolutely like, what the hell does she got to do to pin this woman? As Baker gets a quick roll up, Soho gets rolls up Baker for an attempted pin, gets a 2 count. Baker grabs a hold of Soho by the hair to stand her up. As Soho gets a very nice kick to the side of Baker's head, right about the ear. Rebel tries to get in the ring and interfere. She gets kicked in the head, hanging on the ropes. Jamie Hayter grabs Soho, gives her a neck breaker, bouncing her back. Baker gets the lockjaw set up and locked in. And 3 seconds, 2, 1, Soho taps out. Baker wins, keeps her title. Soho puts up a good fight, but gives up to the mandible claw. What a hell of an ending to this here match. What a hell of an ending to a great show. AEW Dynamite goes in the books as one of the greatest, if not the greatest Dynamite in AEW history. I look forward to doing the review for Rampage here in just a few minutes. And right now, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and drink some coffee, and I will be right back. Welcome back. This is the AEW Rampage review for the Arthur Ashe show. The beautiful Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City. AEW Rampage kicks off tonight with CM Punk versus Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Hobbs comes down to the ring first, brings Hook alongside him, and he's looking powerful, looking big. They recap the promos between Team Taz's leader Taz and Punk. And that's really all I'm going to say about that. We've all seen this. We know what's going to happen with that. Where they attempt to put Punk through the announce table. It doesn't break, but it does tip. So, yeah. Second, Punk comes down to the ring with this beautiful entrance. Fans going absolutely bonkers. You know they love this man. New York loves this man a lot. Basically, I'm saying cult of personality hits and the fans erupt. I'm going to give you a quick update here. I am not doing a full review on Rampage. I'm going to do a spot by spot, not going to do a spot by spot review. I'm just going to do a few highlights of the matches. I will cover at least the first hour, and we'll go from there. We'll see how this goes. Match starts off really hot. Punk goes on the attack to Hobbs right away, trying to soften up his legs, especially his left one, trying to get that big man weakened up just a little bit, 'cause that is one big boy. A lot of flurry of offense. Immediately going in, trying for to weaken the big man up. Punk still looks fantastic. By the way, this is his TV debut tonight, so he has to put on a pretty good show, I would think. Hobbs giving Punk a headbutt, knocking him back, slowing him down a little bit, kind of laying back on this so he doesn't have to put up with such a flurry of offense. Yeah, Punk is looking fantastic, tripping Hobbs, getting him onto the mat, doing a couple of really painful maneuvers. One looked like he just grabbed his ankle and just working on that left leg, trying to soften up that leg, making him weakened. I mean, he's a powerhouse. He is a big boy. Punk is definitely outsized, outstrengthed, definitely outweighed, but Punk's got the overwhelming experience. He looks out at Hook, giving him the bird, just flipping him off and just like, oh, come on, you ain't gonna hook me in. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing Punk do this stuff. Hobbs takes control of Punk, giving some good fist pounds to the chest, knocking the wind out of Punk. Punk fighting back, solid punches, good stiff punches to the forehead, to the face. Hobbs gets a knee to the gut, into Punk, throwing him, just bullwhipping him into the corner. Hard hit into the turnbuckles. Punk's down on the mat. Pretty much sure that the wind has been effectively knocked out of him. Hobbs throws him in for yet another slam into the corner, this time back first, causing a little bit of damage to the back of the Punk. Brilliant move from Hobbs, knowing the Punk is a dangerous competitor. I'm sure he scouted him. Being part of Team Taz, you know Taz had him watching everything he could find on Punk. I'm sure Punk did his territorial scouting on Hobbs, too. I mean, he's been watching him anyway, so he knows. Hobbs attempts a really nice-looking suplex, to which Punk counters it, and tries for a roll-up, which doesn't even get a one-count kick out. And Hobbs power slams Punk. Absolutely devastating power slam. Big smile on his face, stands up, and Punk's laying on the mat. Finally, he gets up, or attempts to get up. Hobbs helps him halfway up, gives him a straight shot to the jaw, knocking him back down to the ring. Hobbs picks him up, puts him across the center rope, pushing down, choking on Punk, trying to take more of the air out of his system so he can't breathe. If a person can't breathe, they can't fight. Sliding across Punk's neck, going outside the ropes. That's 270 pounds a man going across your neck. Holy shit, that looked evil. And back into the ring again after my short break. Punk's up on the top rope, points up where it does a beautiful flying elbow off the top rope right across Hobbs' chest. Just for a quick 2 count though, not 3. Not enough damage for 3. Absolutely good action, good entertainment. You guys really need to go back and watch this match. It's fucking fantastic. Excuse my language. I guess I gotta put $1 in the swear jar, huh? Yes, that was a beautiful flying elbow. Beautiful. Punk looks so happy to be back in a ring again in pro wrestling. Doing what he loves. Hobbs, he's getting gassed. Big guy like him. Young as he is, I don't care. GTS missed. Another humongous power slam by Hobbs. Punk down. 1, 2, not quite 3. About a 2.5. Looked absolutely devastating with that slam. Oh my God. Hobbs sets Punk up for the pump handle slam. Gets him up on his shoulder. Punk reverses it into a sleeper. Hobbs is getting weak. At least he looks like he's getting weak. Punk's got that sleeper locked in. He's got it locked in tight. Hobbs down to one knee. Just down to one knee. Getting his power back. He's standing up. Hobbs has him up into a backdrop. Looked absolutely incredible. Out on the outside of the ring, you got Hook out there absolutely cheering on Hobbs. Giving him the clap, saying, keep it up, keep going on, keep on him. Love to see it. Really want to know what the big thing is about Hook. What's the big deal with him? Why is everybody so over? He hasn't even had a match yet. I haven't seen him do anything in the ring. Hobbs has Punk back up on his shoulder, runs him into the turnbuckle, and power slam. Cover 1, 2, and not quite 3. 2.9. That was so close. Really close. Thought that was going to be the win first time around. Man, I'm telling you, this man's putting on a hell of a good fight. Punk looks good. Hobbs climbing up to the second rope. Getting ready to do a huge... He's saying go to sleep. Punk gets up, punches Hobbs to the chin. Good, solid, stiff shot. Another stiff shot to the face. Punk climbs up to the second rope, now up to the top rope. Getting ready to do one of these crazy spots that he's known for doing back in the day. And jumps up, gets around Hobbs' neck. Hobbs catches Punk and holds him. Stands up on the second rope. Punk gets him into an absolutely devastating, looks absolutely terrible, landing on his head. Oh my God, Hobbs kicks out after a 2 count. That looked painful. My God, that looked like that hurt. Hobbs landed right on his head. I don't like moves that end that way. Punk going for an armbar. Hobbs has the S-grip locked in. Punk's trying to break it, trying to get him to separate. Hobbs getting on his knees, getting Punk down. Punk's converting it into a crucifix choke. What a beautiful maneuver. Converting into a crucifix from the... Oh my God, that was beautiful. Hobbs standing up, lifting Punk. One arm, deadlifting him. Getting ready to do a huge slam. 1, 2... 9/10, and Punk kicks out again. Hook is on the outside, just holding his head like, what the hell's he got to do? Hobbs is laying there on his back. How the hell am I going to beat this guy? This is fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. My kind of match. Action, high spots, big guy, little guy, experienced guy, rookie. Love to see it. Solid, stiff shots back and forth to each other in the center of the ring. Forearm shiver to Hobbs. Another one. Punk connects to the shoulder with a spinning kick. Hobbs is down, leaning on the second rope, crawling to the corner. GTS is Punk signaling for the GTS. Hobbs goes for a slam into Punk. Punk moves out of the way and knocks Hook off the edge of the ring. Hobbs gets picked up on Punk's back. GTS, he connects. And that's a 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins the match. Right person wins the match. Both people look good. Punk made Hobbs look fantastic. Big smile on his face. Huge win for Punk. And again, Hobbs looked fantastic. CM Punk is the winner. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express versus Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. That is our next match, second match of the night. Christian Cage comes out first, looking fantastic. The second Jungle Boys music hits. Crowd's going nuts, singing along with it. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know the song. Love it. Love seeing it. Marco Stunt and Jurassic Express come out. Marco's just running around like a doofus, being his normal self. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Christian Cage. I love this trio. Love it. Think that's fantastic. Jungle Boy, I don't think there's anybody more over in Jungle Boy in this industry. At least not in AEW. Wow. Beautiful to see. Crowd singing them all the way to the ring. I'm just going to do a quick ending of this match, spoiler. Young Bucks and Adam Cole do win. Not to saying this was a bad match, but it's getting to be a long night, and I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to be cutting this kind of short. So, yes, the Young Bucks and Adam Cole, the Super Elite. They win. They end up beating down and pinning Luchasaurus in a 1, 2, 3 at the end of the match. I don't want to sound like I'm down on this, as I'm not. I love the match, but I'm just getting to be a late night, and I've kind of got to make this a little short. Men of the Year, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky come out for the next match. They're going up against Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. Again, I'm just going to cut pretty much right to the chase on this. End of this match is the winners are Ethan Sky and Scorpio Page, and quite the upset to me. They pinned, I believe it was they pinned Hager. They win. It was Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky win the match. Good match. 12-15 minutes long. They did about everything they could do. I really thought that Jericho and Hager were going to win. I really thought they were the winning team tonight, but nope, I guess not. It was Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Their first win. They got their first win on this show. Congratulations to them. The next match that came up was the 8-man tag, Private Party and Butcher and Blade versus why am I drawing a freaking blank? HFO versus, oh yes, Santana and Ortiz and Lucha Brothers. What a freaking awesome tag team. Luchasaurus. Santana and Ortiz are sure to be rivals against their tag team partners tonight in this 8-man tag match. But I'm telling you what, they came out ready to frickin' war. I don't want to cut this match short. This was my opinion of the match of the night for Friday night. Love this tag team match. My opinion only. It's just an opinion. I love to see the Lucha Brothers and formerly LAX working together nicely like this. I can't wait till they actually feud against each other. I think that's going to make for a beautiful match. Probably that'll be a match of the night candidate for that week too. Not like I think that's going to happen very soon, but it'll happen. This war has been going, it's ready to happen. These teams are absolutely going after each other, all 8 in the ring. Again, poor Bryce Remsburg being the referee. How the hell do you do that? You know? How is he supposed to control 8 guys? He's doing as good a job as he can for what he can. I'm not even going to try to call this play-by-play. There's no physical way. No way. But yet, they are so working together. This is 8 people. 4 guys all over the top rope. Onto the 4 guys on the floor. Look crazy. Jack Evans is out there. Matt Hardy's out there. Just to get in the way and cause problems, of course. But that's just typical of them. HFO, you know how that works. And after about a 12-minute match, or 15 minutes I think it was, Santana and Ortiz and the Lucha Brothers end up being victorious, pitting the HFO. Next match coming up is Anna Jay versus Penelope Ford. This one, I really don't think it even belonged on a pay-per-view type show, not on a big show like this. This could have been done on just a regular Dynamite. Hell, it could have been done on Dark or Dark Elevation. It did not need to happen on this this show. It was 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Didn't need to happen. No real review of it. A lot of fuckery goes on in it. Another dollar in the swear jar. Just, it's not something I thought needed to be on a show of this caliber. It wasn't needed. Like I said, this match did not need to happen. Anna Jay loses to Penelope Ford, but it was due to a lot of bullshit. Bunny getting up on the ring, distracting the ref, throwing a set of brass knucks in. Penelope cracking Anna Jay with brass knucks across the jaw, knocking her out. And then after the match, a beatdown ensues on Anna Jay, with Penelope and Bunny tagging on her, beating her up. And to come out and save the night, Tay Conti comes running down, starts to control things a little bit, and next thing you know, she gets beat down, and Penelope takes the knucks out of her tights and cracks Tay Conti, knocking her out, leaving both baby faces down in the ring. Like I said, this match really did not belong on a show of this caliber. It would have been better on Dark or on Elevation. I think on Dark. Again, Penelope Ford wins and knocks out both Anna Jay and Tay Conti with brass knocks. Last match of the night, the Dark match. Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Crazy match from the onset. It's a Dark match with Mox, Kingston, with these four guys that are, you know, it's going to be nuts. Way too much action to call, but I'm just going to really be short on this one too. Great match. Probably the second greatest thing on the entire night. I enjoyed this. Would be very well worth your time to watch it. The show was not a shit show by any means. Mox and Kingston win the Dark match, and I believe it was Mox pinned Suzuki. A lot of spots in this match, and it's only 10 minutes. They had like 10 or 12 minutes. It's a lights out match. Watch it yourself and form an opinion. I think you would enjoy it. It was good. All in all, I rate this show about a B+. Dynamite was an A+. Absolutely killer show. Rampage came in not even close second. Not even close. Good show? Yes. Did they have some stuff on the show that wasn't necessary? Absolutely. But in this show's case, the good outweighed the bad. Still making it a good pay-per-view, or a pay-per-view quality show. I don't think they needed to make this show 2 hours. They could have gotten rid of 2 matches off of here. You know, Penelope Ford and Anna Jay did not need to happen on it. And actually, the 8-man tag did not need to happen on it. That would have been just fine on a regular Dynamite. So, or a Rampage. Hell, that could have happened on Dark Elevation too. But all in all, pretty successful show. Again, 20,177 people in attendance. These people, you got to give this crowd a lot of credit. They put up with 4 hours of wrestling. Plus, I believe an hour or so of Dark recorded before. So, that being said, that's 5 hours they're sitting in seats. I've been recording for about 2 hours in here. And I'll tell you what, I'm already getting uncomfortable in 2 hours. I can't imagine what it's like to sit in a venue for 5 hours. I really can't. But that is going to end my review for the night, people. I appreciate you coming and watching it. And I will say I will see you again soon. Very soon I will start posting videos every Saturday evening or night, depending on when I can get them uploaded. But this is Rusty Cables for Running the Ropes Wrestling Podcast saying good night and God bless. And by the way, I really appreciate it. Please smash the like button and subscribe. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. I will be posting videos more frequently. And as I do this, I will get better at it. It's only my 5th or 6th video. So I'll keep getting better. Be a little patient with me, okay? You have a good night, and I'll see you soon.